The inaugural CAF African Schools Football Championship kicked off on Wednesday in Durban. 14 teams from different African countries participated in the competition. Although at a small scale compared to other football tournaments on the continent, the event is significant in different ways. It has set the agenda for CAF to take the school football to another level. President of the South African Football Association, Danny Jordaan, says it has always been CAF president's goal to see the revival of schools football on the continent.
We had to get the base right. We have to get that right at school sport. And when Patrice Motsepe became the president of CAF, he said, but this is not an issue for South Africa. That's an African issue. That schools are not playing. There's no competition there. So we have invested $10 million and said that I want to see a schools competition under CAF for Africa. It was agreed that the government must put the regulation so that Wednesday again becomes a day for school sport.
The tournament is the first of its kind on the continent, and South Africa was chosen to be the hosts. With CAF looking to bring back the World Cup to the continent, it is important for countries that have shown interest to host to continuously hold big events to build the momentum for their bids to FIFA. South Africa have submitted its bid for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. But it's Morocco that has already received CAF's support for their intention to host the men's edition in 2030.
This is Morocco's fifth bid for the World Cup. They made a bid 4 times and lost 4 times. In 2010 they lost to South Africa. So you can see the desire is there that Morocco wants to host the men's World Cup. And I think they've done a lot for African football. The women's AFCON was played there. The Club World Cup was played there. The Under-23 will be played there. The CAF executive unanimously agreed that Africa and CAF must endorse Morocco's bid for the 2030 World Cup.
For the first time ever, the hosts of the 2027 Women's World Cup will also be voted by all FIFA member nations, like the men's events. SAFA's executive will meet later this month to discuss their strategy and plans for their bid to ensure they get the majority vote.
We will have meetings with CAF and we will engage them on that, because the same apply. It is the member association, the 211 members, who will vote for the Women's World Cup also. It's the first time. It's important that we get the support of the entire African continent. But it's important also that we understand that this World Cup is going to be beneficial not just for South Africa, but for African women's football.
Having successfully hosted the Men's World Cup in 2010, Jordaan is confident that the 2027 competition will be plug and play for South Africa. Mduduzi Ndlovu for SABC News in Durban.